to here, any place, it doesn't matter, man. Please spell your first name.
Nathan, Nathan.
Last name?
Geis, Geise.
Geise?
Yes.
What's your home phone number?
I'm gonna leave that off.
That's fine. Yeah, you don't have to put that on there. Address.
Email. I'll give you my email. Nate.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I got a good place that I got like a miscellaneous.
Okay.
All right, Nate.
Nate, Geise
4114
at yahoo.com.
Two can copy. You don't have me built. I'm in the lobby. Reference to a follow-up. Home address. If you don't have to
that
put
blank.
it. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Date and time of occurrence.
Let's see. We are doing Johnston. We are gonna do the 27th. She was the arresting one of the arresting officers.
October, November.
October 27th.
Okay.
I think it was maybe 11 p.m. ish.
Location. You know.
Yeah, it was the car wash up here. Somebody here used to own it. The car wash. Let's see. It is Carolina Car Wash. Someone said.
You said you think it's Carolina Car Wash.
I think, yeah. I think I have the. No. It'll be on the arrest report, I guess, right?
That's fine. Do you know, is it Cabarrus, Church Street?
It's by the fire station. It's right across the street from the fire. There's a gas station across from the fire station, and then kind of kitty corner behind that is a car wash.
I'm trying to
Two
think
bay.
of where it worked, the two-bay car wash.
Let's see.
Is it up the road from a fire station?
It's like 25 Cabarrus Ave or something. No, it's almost directly across. I mean, directly across is like abandoned building.
Is it like up here? There's a gas station. The car wash is right behind it.
Bearings. There. Kind of straight. Just
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just put car wash off Cabarrus.
I think it's Carolina Car Wash. Yeah. Because somehow my truck got towed, and the owner of the car wash said he didn't know anything about it getting towed, and so I'm assuming that Johnston or somebody else nefariously.
Okay. And the officer is Johnston?
Bailey Johnston. She was unprofessional.
Description of the employee?
Female, white, heavy set.
All right. All right, so you kind of want to run through what the complaint is, and then I'll transcribe it back to you and then read it back to you.
Yeah, well, I want to make sure that I mention certain parts, especially with policy violations.
No, that's fine.
Let me start with the submission. I mean, let's see.
If you'll kind of go like, this is the first thing, this is the second. You know what I'm saying? That way we get everything covered for you.
Right. Basically, I guess they were on the road. They were in the sidewalk. There was several police officers, and I don't know why they were there.
Mm-hmm.
And she had looked over at the vehicle, kind of giving some unwanted stares. But apparently there was the warrant that Oppie had put out 2 days earlier. She recognized me from an earlier situation where Patterson put his hands on me, and I talked to her later in that encounter and just asked her a question. She just completely ignored it and walked away from me, back turned. So we had kind of like that history that we met one time before. So this time with the arrest, she had seen me. She made the initial contact. They were kind of loitering in the sidewalk, fluttering around. I didn't know what they were doing, so I grabbed my camera, I just put it up on the dashboard.
Traffic stop, anything like that? Were they in contact with anybody? They were just in the area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But there were several on foot, and there was probably 4 or 5 units.
Okay.
So I think they were stalking me, basically. I think they were gang stalking me.
Okay.
She started the unwanted conversation, basically, and she asked me my name. Of course, I told her I wasn't going to identify. She recognized me, so I wasn't trying to play too hard of a game.
Mm-hmm.
She said there was a warrant out, and after already going through having a warrant out and having it dismissed to court for no PC, I was kind of just already like, what the fuck, are you kidding me? And I'm like, for what? She said tampering with vehicle. So I didn't know what she was talking about, and I'm like, come on, this is another bullshit warrant. Like, you don't have it. And she's like, well, we don't have it right now. So I don't know if it wasn't written yet, even though it showed that it was signed 2 days earlier.
We've got the electronic warrant system, the e-warrant system, so we don't carry around a whole bunch of physical copies with us. It's electronically done, and they can serve it based off of that electronic copy.
When Oppie does the affidavit, does he use his body cam? Does he have his body cam on?
I don't know.
The affidavit. I
So,
mean, is that a policy?
No, that's not. You go and you'll swear out in front of the magistrate just a warrant,
Yeah.
And you type the whole warrant up in this e-warrant system, and then you go to the magistrate, swear out your warrant. They check that everything matches on the warrant, information's correct, and all that stuff, and will either issue or deny the warrant. So.
Okay. It all kind of just seems suspect a little bit. So, anyway, she told me she has a warrant, and she said, Oppie wrote a warrant out for your arrest, blah, 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 and he wants your phone. And I said, let me see the warrant. Well, we're trying to get it. She said, okay, that we don't have it, and I told her, no, I didn't think it was okay. I'm not consenting for any of this. This isn't okay. Anyways, we progressed to I put the handcuffs on. I don't resist. I mean, when it's time, it's time. Put the handcuffs on. She took the cell phone. They patted me down. Prior to the pat down, that's when I pleaded the fifth. I'm going to plead the fifth. Invoke my Fifth Amendment right. And questions kept coming, not just from Bailey, but there was other officers on the scene. But basically, Bailey had me right at the truck. She had come onto that car wash property to seize me. Now, I had about $3,000 on my front seat on the passenger side, between quarters, bills in a bank envelope, but it was kind of like scattered everywhere. I'm a quarter collector. I look for the errors and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's one of the things I do is go around and grab quarters and stuff out of the machines. Exchange quarters, let me rephrase that.
Yeah. You're looking for certain years and things like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Varieties, they call them, double dice. But so I'm exhausted, I'm overwhelmed, I can't believe I'm getting arrested. Like, I got a lot of stuff going on, like I can't like be having this happen right now. And she's so they were at least kind enough to say, hey, do you want me to lock the truck? Yes. But I'm thinking, like, all that cash is out front. Like, isn't there a way we can, like, hide it or something? No. anyways, it ended up that the truck got the back window smashed out with a 20-pound stone. Property was stolen out of it, monies was stolen out of it. I still haven't even reported the incident. I was in jail. My mother went to H&H to pick up the truck. When she went there, they told her that the back window was busted out when they picked it up. So I kind of feel like arrested me at the scene, leaving my vehicle behind. There should have been some sort of like responsibility to kind of take care of my property and not just leave it out there in an area where it could get smashed up and money stolen, things happen. The owner again didn't tow it. He didn't call it in to have it towed. And I almost feel like it was somebody that hit up H&H and said, hey, come get this fucking punk's truck out of here. Fuck it up too, he's got some money in the front seat, drive it. I know that's a huge allegation.
Yeah.
But I know it happens. So anyways, he said Bailey takes me over here, just killing time, like 15-20 minutes in handcuffs here. I ask her if she can take them off, she can't. I ask her if she can put them in front, she can't. Eventually we finally make it over to the rowing part, and that's when her and another officer were outspoken, very unprofessional, saying that they don't understand the First Amendment and what First Amendment auditors do. Now it's a big, I'm an independent news reporter. Like, I don't have a CBS badge.
No.
Media badges aren't what everybody believes they are. Media badges come from like the employer. CBS prints a badge, says you work for us. And I've been asked this question so many times by law enforcement, where's your media pass? The First Amendment has freedom of the press, which is media, and I disseminate it through YouTube. Everybody knows it. YouTube, Facebook, I got a bunch of different platforms. I got more subscribers than, some of the news organizations. I think the police department on YouTube. But I actually have a little following. And one of the ways that the employees here that fight me on the streets or combat me on the streets is don't give in to, you're not a journalist. You're a First Amendment auditor. You know what we see on the phones and stuff like that. And it's just real disrespectful. And although I'm well aware of my First Amendment, and it's something that I've worked on kind of like in the last year, because the whole country as a whole, Constitution.
It's something you believe in. Yeah.
We all believe in it, but how much do we really know it? Like there's 5 elements to it, Yeah. And then I swore an oath back in '95. Y'all swore an oath. We all swore oaths. So let's come together and let's figure it out. One of the things I asked Bailey if she knew the Third Amendment. She wouldn't even respond to it. Thought that was just rude. It was unprofessional. I feel like there should be more pride in it. To at least, or honestly, hey, no, I don't. I don't. Nobody's perfect. So, I believe like she just could have been a little. You just think that she was
unprofessional in her communication with you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me write some of this down so it's getting stretched out there. No, you're fine. I'm trying to get this as streamlined for you and make sure that we get everything covered for you that we can. So, you said Cabarrus Avenue, Church Street, and kind of that area is where they were at?
Yes. And if it helps at all, I'm okay with kind of keeping it simple with just being unprofessional, but interfering with or hampering with my ability to get news media or information gathering.
Okay. I'll get a little bit to that the closer I kind of get to it. I'm gonna read a little bit of this back just to make sure I'm getting everything covered, because like I said, there's a lot of information.
Yeah.
So Mr. Geis noticed that multiple officers were in the area of Cabarrus Avenue and Church Street walking around. Advised that he noticed Officer Johnson kept looking over at him several times. Johnson then approached and advised Mr. Geis that he had a warrant out for his arrest. Kind of tracking the right thing.
Good. Sarah.
And actually, yeah, she wanted me to identify.
Are you good, Larry? Have me do that?
All right, I'll mark that out. And said that he had a warrant for arrest. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
For the 4310 10-4.
All right, so I just went back and changed that. I said, advised that he had a warrant out for his arrest and then kept requesting him to identify himself.
4116
Right.
10-4.
Right.
10-4, thank you, 10-4. Check.
Good. Can you go to 0 quick?
I just figured out I brought the wrong binder. The binder I had there.
You're fine. Well, the good part is that they do follow up on any of the complaints one way or another, so you'll have like a captain follow up with you regardless on, the communication on where your thing's at. It doesn't just like, you don't turn it in, like I don't take it and just go and put it in a box. I take it, I submit it, it goes to my captain. Captain does his protocol stuff, calls for clarification questions, reviews body camera, everything. So,
See, I feel like I've done complaints through YouTube, through my outlet, and I feel like they just kind of like subsided and kind of
yeah,
bypassed me.
yeah,
Almost like I'm a witness out there, and they don't want a statement.
yeah.
So I hope so. And I came in one day, and Parker trespassed me from the building. But yeah, I'll try to stay focused.
Two 14 code 472 will know.
7.
All right, so I went ahead and added to this that kept requesting to identify yourself. Mr. Geis was then placed in handcuffs and transported to the Concord Police Department for processing. At the police department, Geis advised that he felt like he was in processing for an extended period of time.
True, that's all good.
Okay.
I also would like to add into that that she knew I was recording her with my iPhone, and she was very interested at seizing
No, 20 code 472.
the iPhone,
Yeah.
and I feel like it was for suppressing the video that I had. I don't think she really understands that.
All right, so what I added to that, I'm not trying to cut you off.
Okay, you're okay.
Geis advised that he knew that Johnson was being, or knew Johnson was being recorded and seemed interested in seizing the phone to suppress the video he was making.
Read that one more time, just beginning.
Okay, Geis advised that he knew Johnson was being recorded and seemed, and she seemed interested in seizing the phone to suppress the video he was making.
Can we get rid of Geis advised?
Okay. What do you want me to put? Just he knew.
Cross it out because it's a report. It's my statement. So
That's fine.
No.
Yeah, no. That's fine. That's why I'm double checking with you, kind of as I go.
Cool. Okay.
Would like to report that this is as your words, Ari. So after that,
Concord 4113.
you want to put that she was being unprofessional. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sex welfare near the DMV 2192 Kannapolis Highway.
Um,
It's gonna be a young white female.
I
standing on the
pleaded
bridge
the
behind
5th.
you.
She continued
Got her back leaning
questioning
against
me.
the bridge, wearing a white and blue long sleeve dress top.
and I purposefully used the words I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Which is a rights violation.
You stated what? That you.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Six 23. 7 22.
So,
Okay, let's see, from the phone was, making, he pleaded the fifth, but she kept asking questions, and he stated, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Right.
And she still continued to ask questions.
Right.
And
214 Concord, route 10-0.
So,
Officer Johnson kept asking questions.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Ultimately, taking the cell phone without consent. Out of the sheriff's property.
So I added that,
Okay.
remained silent, and Officer Johnson kept asking questions. She then seized the cell phone without consent out of the sheriff's property.
Good. I think that's good enough.
Okay, and you just would like to complain on her professionalism and,
I don't have the paperwork that I need, but the
that's fine. Like I said, you'll get a
law
follow-up
enforcement
with
code of
it.
ethics. I feel like she violated quite a bit out of the
So-
code of ethics. I feel like she discriminated against me because a few nights earlier, when Patterson started telling me which sidewalk to walk on, and I told him to shut the fuck up, that I'll walk on whatever sidewalk I want to, as long as there's not police tape up blocking me and I'm not in the middle of a crime scene. I'll continue recording where I'm going to be recording. They kept trying to block it.
Yeah.
So because of my reaction to his reactions, obviously they don't like me out there. So
Okay. So I went ahead and added to that after the cell phone property, that you had concern for professionalism and a violation of law enforcement code of ethics.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir. Okay.
All right, you want me to read the whole thing back to you?
No.
Okay. Basically here is, I'm the complainant hereby declare that the offer and forego the true is inaccurate. Signature of the complaint, you can sign your signature here, date here. You can refuse if you want to, that's fine. That's up to you.
No, I will sign it. I may do want to add that the vehicle was vandalized.
Okay?
Yeah, that's ultimately the vehicle was towed by H&H. I don't know if they had anything to do with it or not. As far as Concord Police. It was towed less than 3 hours after the arrest, and the window was smashed out. My things were robbed.
Concord to 4623, 10-4.
And there just could have been a better job about protecting the property if they wanted to. Apologize, I'm all over the place. Getting worked up when I was.
You're fine. It's absolutely fine. Kind of lucked out. I literally just walked in the building. I guess when you first came up, so I mean, it's good you didn't have to wait for me. Because the light district extends kind of all over. I'm up here to like Branch View. I'm all the way down to George W. Lyles. And I go on the other side of 49, so I'm responsible for kind of that whole area there. So I added here, the vehicle was vandalized and towed by H&H, and was towed less than 3 hours after the incident and feels that he should have done a better job of protecting and securing his property. Okay. Like I said, here's
sign it.
your section to sign, date, or
Yeah, 10:30.
print your name here, okay? Your signature of the complaint is here, date, time that you signed,
Got it.
and then I'll get you the date and time.
11:30, 23,
And it is 5:30 p.m.
30 p.m.
And then a signature of me that is.
Now, there's a couple guys out there running.
Uh-huh.
I think he's a good guy. Running was good.
Running's a good officer, yeah.
And there was one other one, but I can't remember his name right now. Now,
You want a copy?
yes, please.
Yeah. Can you just give me 1 second so I can do a grounds copy?
Absolutely, Gorman. Thank you. Cool. And Gorman, you're a good guy too.
Oh, no problem. I
your
appreciate it.
patience,
So,
and,
I kind of take pride in the area. I grew up in here. I'm a transplant from Tennessee originally, but this North Carolina's home to me. So,
Right.
I was a government brat. So,
Okay.
moved all around. I was military, treasury, that whole 9 yards, and public service called me. I originally wanted to be a teacher, but
Right.
you get the right people in the right place. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, hey,
But-
I really appreciate your patience, man.
And I'm sorry, my
thank you.
handwriting is terrible.
No, I'm
I got,
sorry.
Got this bad voice, and my handwriting looks. I should have been a doctor. So.
You're great. May I take a blank form with me?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be more than happy to do that.
Okay.
You got a blank copy?
And do you have contact information too? Or I can reach back out to you? Or reach out to anybody?
It's just through the 920-5000.
Okay.
Because if say you begin my voicemail, my shifts work like I'm we have a different rotation and stuff like that, but we have consistent, like our nighttime sergeant, daytime sergeant, every day is permanent. And our administration is here just like Sergeant Julian and everything like that. They're here Monday through Friday, pretty consistent. So we got watch commanders. Watch commanders are they've got some during the day shift, mostly during the night shift. Kind of do the rest of it. So,
Okay.
here's your blank form.
Hey, thanks, Gorman.
Love to you.
Thank you much. Appreciate you.